virtual celebration of women in STEM. My name is Faith Miller-Lakowitz. I'm the education coordinator here at the McAuliffe-Shepard Discovery Center. We're coming to you from our lunar colony today, and I have with me another astounding woman in STEM and also a summer STEM intern. This is Maria. So Maria, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi, I'm Maria Skidmore. I am a student at the University of New Hampshire, and I'm in chemical engineering.
Nice. And did you grow up in New Hampshire?
Yes, I did. I grew up in New Hampshire for the first 5 years of my life, and then I moved to Texas, and I lived there for another 5 years, and then I moved back, and we've been here for 10 years.
Very cool, very cool. So I'm going to ask you a lot of the same questions that I asked Sarah. So what are some of your favorite classes, or the ones that you think are the most useful?
I've taken a lot of chemical engineering classes so far. I've really liked those. They've helped me advance my career. I started off in bioengineering, and I decided to switch to chemical engineering because I really love chemistry, and so organic chemistry is one of the ones that I've just really enjoyed, and I love the hands-on work where I'll just spend 4 hours doing a lab. At first I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to fill 4 hours worth of a lab? And I spent 4 hours doing labs for an entire year, and I just grew to love it.
So where do you see yourself going with this education that you're working on?
I'm hoping that I can eventually go to medical school. I'm hoping to apply maybe biomedical engineering, chemical engineering into a medical degree as well.
Wow.
So maybe use technology and medicine as well, all both together.
Interesting, technology and medicine. Very cool. And have you always been into this, or like as a child, or what do you think got you started on the path that you're on now?
When I was 5 years old, I actually started watching tons and tons of videos about babies. So how babies are made. I was always interested in gynecology, just being a doctor in general. I really like talking to people and interacting with patients too. And so I figured that I would kind of stay along that path, but the engineering's kind of been an ever-changing thing where I didn't know I wanted to start in biomedical engineering until my junior year before my senior year, between my junior and senior year of high school.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so then I decided that I was interested in biomedical engineering, but then I got to UNH and realized that their engineering program for chemical engineering and bioengineering are kind of very similar, and that I really like organic chemistry, so I decided to do chemical engineering too.
So can you explain for us a little bit what chemical engineering is?
Yeah, so it's kind of like process. You work with processes. Sometimes you can work with chemicals in water and filtering chemicals to make sure that the water's safe to drink. It's kind of just like working in the field with making processes and it's kind of like complicated procedures to go through for like labs and stuff like that.
Interesting. I love that you are interested in using STEM though to help people, right? So it's technology driven and engineering driven, but it's still to improve life for people. So I think that's very cool. And is there anything else that you want to tell us about? Just any messages for the crowd out there who's watching?
Yeah, so my parents always told me to follow my dreams, but also to make sure that it's something that I would really be able to apply and to really enjoy. And they told me to never give up when there are tons of men in the field as well, because the engineering field is just completely dominated by men, and to not let anybody tell you that you can't do something either. Just push through.
That is awesome advice. I love it. Well, Maria, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time and for sharing your experience and interest with us. And for all of you, keep your eyes on starthop.com/blog all day for our virtual celebration of women in STEM. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.